Hello, I'm Sylvana Candela. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, an author, and a publisher. And I'm here to share with you today my message of healing with love for the year 2021. Never, I feel, in my life anyway, has this ever been more important to really know what it is to give love of ourselves in a way that this world really, really, really needs it right now. Um, and that is my message for you today. So, what I'm going to jump in with basically is, what do I mean by love? What do I mean when I say that? I'm talking about the kind of love that is all encompassing of peace, bliss, passion, compassion, joy, and surrender. And how we do that basically is by first accepting that we are all lovable. And who loves us? Who's the first one who loves us besides our parents? And we may not all have that, you know, not everybody does, even from the beginning. Our Creator loves us, whatever you choose to call him or her. Um, when we understand that and know that we are precious in his sight, or hers. I'm going to say his because it's easier, but uh, whatever you, please translate this into whatever you believe and however you experience love from the Creator. So when we know that, when we really know that, and that He forgives us of our transgressions, He does not expect us to be perfect. He's perfect. I'm not. Nobody is. And that allows us to really be open to the idea of, hey, I'm okay. And like the saying would go, you're okay. Why is that so important? Well, it's important because there are too many of us today who don't feel that way, either about ourselves or about others. And I think that's behind a lot of what's going on, is that we really don't accept our imperfections and just learn to love each other and ourselves. First, beginning with me, loving myself as I am, and then I can love you as you are. Because if I can forgive myself and know that my Creator forgives me, so I can forgive me, and then I can forgive you too. And I can love you. And anything that's in the way, that gets in the way, we all have our ups and our downs and our bad moments or whatever, anger, fear, all of those things. That's just part of the human experience. That's part of who we are. When I find that it's getting in the way of my loving you, then what I need to do is look at myself and say, what is it that's bothering me so much about this? And use it as a learning opportunity. That doesn't mean that, that either you or your actions or whatever you're doing that's upsetting me is right or wrong. It's making no judgment on that because we each have to judge ourselves. And hopefully we'll do it with kindness. Because if we learn to judge ourselves with kindness, then we can learn to judge each other, or rather not judge each other as the case may be, or just see each other in a more kind way, in a non-judgmental way. And that's my phone. I'm going to let that go. I'm sorry, I forgot to turn it off. There's an opportunity to forgive me for being less than perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you is how to do that. And an example of one person, somebody who I really, who I've experienced as a very high person in my life, who's been my example, role model for that, is Mahatma Gandhi. And I'm a big fan of his. I was fortunate, and he said something that was, really significant, and a lot of people have quoted him: "Be the change you wish to see." Okay, so that we become loving by example to others, not by telling people what you should and should do. But if I can't do it, then how can I expect someone else to? Okay, so this is my Gandhi story. He and I apologize if I get this wrong because it's been a bazillion years since this happened. So to the best of my recollection, I met not personally one on one, but in a group session. I was privileged and honored to hear Gandhi's great grandnephew, Aaron Gandhi. Okay. um, give a beautiful, beautiful lecture to us and who were, listening. And oh my goodness, what a soul, what a testimonial to his family. Wow. Um, and he was sharing stories, of course, about his granduncle. That's what he was there to talk about, to share about Gandhi. And he told the story one time, and again, forgive me, Aaron, if you're listening, and I got a little of the details wrong. It's been a very long time. But he was telling about how he did something one day, and he basically had to lie to his granduncle, you know, and about where he was and what he was up to. And as the story goes, as I best remember it, he was expecting, when he was caught in his lie, to really get it, you know, to really get a what for from his uncle. And instead, what Gandhi did was he said to himself, and half to him and half to himself, half to God, part to God, that what was it that I did that this boy couldn't feel like he trusted me or was dishonest with me? And they were out, he had to pick him up somewhere. So when he did, he all the way home, he walked home, and Gandhi did, and he kept thinking about that. He used that as a time to just to consider what it was that he did. And then, as I recall, and again, this part I'm not too sure of, but what Gandhi did a lot, and he did in this case too, was he decided to fast as part of his his penance, if you want to call it that, or his trying to learn and to better connect with his part in what he did, that his great nephew couldn't trust him to be honest. And that moved me a lot. And it also moved and touched Arun, who shared this story decades later, in front of a huge crowd of people, which this was a church meeting that I went to, a church group. And so there were like maybe 1,000 people or so there that he was sharing this with. And he remembered it, and he said he could never bring himself to lie to his granduncle again. And if he did, it considerably affected his ability and his desire to be an honest person. So that was leading by being, as Gandhi said, being the change you wish to see. So I feel that that's why my message here in all my videos is we heal ourselves to heal others. And now for this year, we need to give love to others. And we start by giving love here. So my question to you, and I'm going to make this short because I want you to think about this, is what can I do to heal myself? What can I do to love myself better? And what can I do to love others better? How can I do that? What can I give to others? The prayer of St. Francis, it says that he said, it's not about seeking understanding or seeking love or seeking kindness or seeking any of those things. It's about giving. And don't we feel amazingly awesome when we give? We really do. So you don't have to be perfect to do this. This is for everybody. This is for all of us. to give to each other, to love each other in ways big and small. It could be just with your friends, your family, um, someone you care about deeply. There's just so many ways of doing that, or even on a bigger, more global scale. What am I doing? What have I done for you lately? Not what have you done for me lately? Okay, as the saying goes. So I want you to think about what have I done for you lately? And I'm going to think about that. And I'm spending New Year's Day in prayer and meditation about that. What am I doing? What am I doing to give back to you, to give to you, to love you in a way that I don't expect anything back? Anything. And now this is different. I'm going to just say one more thing about that. This is not about enabling. When somebody is doing something that's not right, behavior wise or whatever, we can still love that person, but we don't have to love what they're doing. And one of the ways that we show that love is to let them know, I love you, but I don't love what you're doing. And that's a kind of way of accepting and unconditionally loving somebody too. So I invite you to leave your comments below. If there's anything you would like to share about this, please feel free. I would think it would be nice to start a conversation on that. If you have a prayer request, I do take those. And if you want to do that privately, you can either email me at sylvanacandela@gmail.com, or if you want to text me, I have a business phone that you can text me on, and it is area code 971-412-1229. And feel free to text me on there. And I do respond to everything, and as fast as I can. So have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed new year. And I love you all. Thank you for being a part of my life here on this channel, on my YouTube channel. And for those of you who I know personally, peace, love, and blessings to you as well, my family, my loved ones, all of you. And I consider all of you part of my family too. Thank you. Have a wonderful, blessed new year. Bye-bye.